Holy tzaddikim and tzaddikot. Hope everybody's doing great. For those of you on winter break, hope you're recharging your batteries and sharpening your axe to help you get right back into it, getting closer to Hashem, working on ourselves, our midot, right? Our connection to Hashem. Okay, so we really get to the end of all the action. Things really change starting in really last week's Parsha, this week's Parsha. We had the entire story of the Jewish people. I would say 95% of the story, if not more, all the way from Adam Arishon, right, through Avram, and Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and then all the way through the brothers and Yosef in Egypt, and then slavery and Moshe saving them. And finally, the redemption from Egypt, where they're taken out, and the 10 plagues, and the splitting of the sea, and they're in the desert. When they're in the desert, now we talked about the man, right? The special food that fell from the sky. Last week's parsha was many laws that the Jewish people have to keep, and in this week's parsha, the Torah introduces us the concept of the Mishkan, the traveling Beit HaMikdash, where the Jewish people had the opportunity each day to bring korbanot, sacrifices to Hashem, to a place for them to go to, for them to be able to serve Hashem and to increase their relationship with Hashem. So the question we have to ask is, why was this necessary? Hashem is everywhere. This is like a foundation that we know, no matter where we are on planet Earth, no matter what time it is, no matter what place we are. Obviously, there's Israel, but where we might feel closer. But of course, Hashem exists everywhere. So since Hashem exists everywhere, why do we need to build him a house? Why do we have to give Hashem a special, four walls for him to live in? He lives everywhere, right? You hear the question? Think about it. If I can see Hashem, and I'm supposed to find Hashem in every situation, and he's there with me always, why do I have to build him this special home, right? And when we're in the desert, it was the Mishkan, and when we get to the land of Israel, it'll be the Beit HaMikdash. And finally, when we have the third redemption, right, Be'ezrat Hashem soon, we're going to have the third and final Beit HaMikdash. And in the meantime, we build shuls, and we build beautiful Jewish schools for us to go learn in. And the question is, why? Why is it? What was so necessary that God had to command the Jewish people to build this Mishkan? Why can't they just connect to him anywhere? And so you see from here a tremendous lesson, because there's a pasuk, a beautiful verse in this week's parsha, which really gives us the insight. I think it's unbelievably crucial and an amazing life lesson. The pasuk says, "V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocham." You should make for me a temple, make for me a tabernacle, a dwelling place, right? A Beit HaMikdash on the go, a Mishkan, and I will live b'tocham, inside of you. It's not that I will live in the house, in this special shul or school, or I will live in this Beit HaMikdash or inside of this Mishkan. Build it for me so that I can live in you. Tzaddikim and tzaddikot. It is necessary for us to feel Hashem, to connect with Hashem in our lives. We need a physical place that's meant for Hashem to be there, so that we can then feel him in our lives. It's not about Hashem resting and being in that place. It's about him being in us. But in order for Hashem to feel like he's in us, let me say that again. Not in order for Hashem, but in order for us to feel that connection to Hashem, we need to have physical places in our lives that are conducive for Hashem's presence. Hashem has the ability to reside anywhere. Hashem has the ability and is in every single situation, in every place, and every time. But it's not the Hashem who's lacking. It's us. We need physical places that we can go to those places and be like, oh, I feel Hashem. Tzaddikim and tzaddikot, one of the reasons that the alumni, you guys miss Bar Ilan so much is because for so many of you, that was your Mishkan. That was your Mikdash. It was the place where you felt like Hashem is here, and because he's here, he's with me. And when we find ourselves in situations where it's much less obvious that the things around us are holy, it's not that Hashem is not there. It's that we have a tremendous challenge to feel him in those situations. And so the Torah is teaching us a tremendous lesson. You always have to have a Beit HaMikdash. You always have to have a Mishkan. Even in the Midbar. Even when you're not settled yet, even if you're, it's not perfect, even if it's not in its final roots in the land of Israel, in the city of Yerushalayim, you still need to have one on the go. No matter where you are, tzaddikim and tzaddikot, listen carefully. No matter where you are on planet Earth, you need to have a physical place that is set up for yourself to be your special place that you can connect with Hashem. It could be your local shul, a local school, a yeshiva, a seminary, a special place set up that this is your place, maybe a room in your house, a room in your university, a place that is specifically set up for you to feel Hashem's connection. Right? Of course Hashem is everywhere, but we need to feel physically that there's something different about this place that allows me to connect to Hashem in a better way. If we don't do that, it's a huge challenge. And Hashem understood this, and therefore he says, "V'asuli mikdash," you have to build for me a temple, v'shachanti b'tocham, and I will dwell in you. I will be with you. I will be in you. If you create this physical, not just spiritual, this physical place of spirituality. A physical place, a shul, a school, a place of Torah study, a place of tefillah, of davening. It has to be a physical place. Tzaddikim and tzaddikot, each one of us have an obligation to find our mikdash. We have to have our personal places that we can connect to Hashem. There's no excuse, no matter where you are, find your place. If you need help, reach out to me. Let's see if we can find something together and I can help you find, whether it's a local rabbi near you or a place where you have Torah study, something. But everyone has an individual responsibility to build and to have their own place where they can connect and therefore feel Hashem's presence in the best way possible. Wishing all the holy tzaddikim and tzaddikot a Shabbat Shalom.